Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, it's a sunny day now, Hull, Kingston upon Hull, UK that is. And I greet you from the end of lockdown 3.0. Well, almost the end. Because yeah, UK is starting to come out of lockdown easy. I believe the schools open today or this week, so soon enough all the non-essential shops is gonna open, and more importantly, next month the beer gardens will be opened. So I believe everybody's looking forward to that, and especially with this beautiful weather, everybody's cheering up. So on today's episode, I'm gonna show you the old part of Hull. It's called Hull Old Town, and right now we are in the Marina district, which I showed you before, which is not very animated today, but it's good because it's still, quarantine going on and not many places open. But they recently opened a new bridge, Pedestrian Bridge, which connects the Marina district to the Hull Old Town, and we're gonna go check it out. So basically this is the new bridge, which connects like the old part of the town with the new Marina district. So I like what they did with this area around here, pretty nice. They did a good job. I'm not sure about the bridge. I mean, it is a fine looking structure though, but besides the fact that it took like 3 years or something like that to put into place, despite the fact that the main piece you see that was like pre-casted somewhere else and just dropped into position here. So they had that piece done for a long time now, but I think like the connections, the staircases and all that took a lot more. So there you go. So this bridge, which goes over the A63, which is like the busiest road here in Hull. It basically connects Hull, the Kingston upon Hull port, to the rest of the country. It goes all the way to the M62 to Leeds, and it's like the single most important connection where all the lorries and port traffic and ferry traffic goes. So as you can imagine, having a pedestrian crossing, a stoplight crossing at the middle of this really slow traffic down. So hopefully the traffic will see some improvement after all of this. So we're gonna go check it out. Really nice, really love what they did with the place here. So basically what my issue is with this, they're saying that this thing costed about 12 million pounds. You heard me, 12 million pounds for this. So I'm not sure where all that money went, to be honest. Doesn't look like a 12 million pound structure. I mean, just for reference, we got in my city about 3 of these. So 3 pedestrian crossings in my city being Costanza, the summer resort of Mamaia. It is like a very busy boulevard. I believe it's 8 lanes crossing, and the former mayor, he built not 1 but 3 pedestrian bridges like this, and all of three of them costed in 2012, I believe it was, something like 4 million euros, mostly done with EU funds. And he's still being trialed now for embezzlement of some of that money that went into the bridges. So if he managed to build 3 of these babies with 4 million euros and still embezzled some of the money, I cannot imagine how Highways England, I believe, how they built a 12 million pound bridge, one single bridge that is, and spent all the money and probably over budget as well. So there's definitely some shady deals going on there. All right, let's go check out the bridge, man. The view is quite nice from here. They got the view right, at least. It's quite, unfortunately, it's quite windy and quite noisy as well. I don't know if you can hear me right now. It might have something to do with all these lorries crossing on the A63, like the main road in Hull. So actually, traffic is not that bad today. It's usually at a standstill here. In the worst days, I mean, especially before the pandemic, it used to take like 2, maybe 3 hours to cross the city center. So hopefully, yeah, with improvements like this new pedestrian bridge, which reduces the zebras, things will be better. But hey, I think they did a pretty good job, yeah? Area looks pretty good now. So there you have, that's the Princess Key shopping center. And we're going there. So all of this is the old part of Hull. I'm gonna show you some of my favorite places here in Hull Old Town. Alright, let's get off this very noisy bridge, noisy road. So I cannot imagine how it will be when everything opens up again. There you go, much better. I think you can at least hear me now. So now that we're away from the highway, I'm gonna show you this. I believe this used to be like the Princess Key, which is named after the Princess Key shopping center. So basically everything that you saw from that part going here, there used to be a lock here where the new bridge is, and ships would go all the way here and more, even more inside. So this used to be like the old port of Hull. Everything you see here were shipping berths where ships used to come and just unload their cargo right here in the middle of the city. So I think it was nice. Must have been nice at that time. Although, yeah, due to ships getting bigger and bigger now, they moved all of the shipping traffic all the way downstream back, where is now the commercial port of Hull, where I work. And even that berth now is getting very small for today's ships. So, you know, Hull now, it's because it cannot receive the big ships, it's more like just a feeder port for the big hub, which is in Rotterdam. So there you go. We'll see what happens in the future if they want to build a bigger port, become something bigger with their whole new Humber Freeport status. But somehow I doubt it, to be honest. Anyway, let's show you some nice places here. So all of this area, usually in the summer especially, used to be like full of party people and people enjoying having a beer outside. So hopefully we'll get to do that soon. Due to the pandemic, not much has been happening here lately. So this place especially, which is now called the Attic, I think it used to be called the Mill. This is one of the nightclubs here, and this is a very nice street actually in Hull Old Town. So this is where Saturday night and Friday night all the action used to be on this trip, coming from here to the Cathedral Plaza, which is full of pubs, clubs, usually people drunk inside, drunk outside, drunk on the pavement, you know, the British style. Very nice indeed. So yeah, this is now the Attic. I believe it was called the Windmill, and this is like a 3-story club. It's got like different music scenes on each level and concerts and all that. And this is Zebedee's Yard, which is used for like concerts and outdoor events. Used to be, at least before the pandemic. But yeah, it's all gonna be fine soon, don't worry. And another nice place I can show you here on this beautiful street in Hull Old Town is this place called the Mission. So basically, I believe this used to be like a church, and now it is converted into a pub. A pub where you can, like during the day, you can eat something, drink something, and during the night it transforms into like a nightclub where people come to dance and all that. And really nice, yeah. It's one of my favorites here. Used to be when it was open. But yeah, really nice atmosphere inside. They did a good job on the conversion of this church into like an entertainment venue. So, alright, let's see what else we got here. I believe I gotta take a turn back on that street to get to one of my favorite streets here in Hull. So you can see a lot of these places are still like neglected, abandoned. Hopefully some investors will come soon. Let's see, I think it was here. Okay, I like what they did with the whole cobblestone street. There you go, Princess Street. So is this nice or what? I think this is one of the smallest streets in Hull. It still got its like medieval street grid system. So, and it's one of the few streets that survived actually, because as you probably know, during World War II, Hull was the second most bombed city in UK after London, because its port was so massive and important to the war effort. The Germans literally leveled out a large part of it. But somehow, yeah, bits of the Hull Old Town survived. And I believe in 2017 it was the cultural capital of UK. So that came with a lot of investments in the infrastructure and renovation works, conservation works. So yeah, still good. They did a good job actually. So it's not big, but Hull Old Town is really beautiful. It's got some really nice, beautiful parts. I only wish it was bigger. Could have used more streets like this. Because You know, you got the whole high street, which I showed you in the previous episode. That's nice as well, but I think this is like more secluded. Yeah. Don't you just love walking on a street like this? You know, it really brings the tranquility in the middle of the city, and it's nice. Really, it's nice. Yeah. And I like this. You can see this archway here. So this is basically like connecting to the main cathedral plaza. So let's go check that out. Quite nice, yeah? So this is called Minster or Trinity Church. I'm not sure exactly. I believe it's Minster. And yeah, this whole area was renovated. There used to be like a closed fence with like the front yard of the cathedral. It wasn't very attractive place before, but they did a good job now. And I'm sorry we cannot go inside, no, because it's closed due to the pandemic. That thing is like really massive inside. It's really impressive. And they got these huge glass stained windows, and the space inside, you know, it's huge, and it's not just a church anymore. They used to have like inside a playground for kids, a small coffee shop, you know. It invites people in, not just Christians for mass. Everybody is welcome inside. So that's a nice thing, yeah, they're doing here. The Church of England is welcoming everybody. Plus the view outside, as you can see, there's a big tower there. So they will make tours. You can actually go up there in that tower and see the view from the top of Hull. You know, view all of Hull, Old Town, surrounding areas, which unfortunately I could not go yet. We just kept delaying it. We say, we'll go next time, and then the pandemic came, so nobody could go anywhere, unfortunately. But hey, there's always next time. But yeah, unfortunately, normally this is where we used to like stop over for a pint of beer or something. There was nice terraces outside, especially when it's sunny. It's nice. But hey, next month the beer gardens will open. So we'll be back here to enjoy. Hopefully it's gonna be sunny like today. So let's continue exploring Hull Old Town. Imagine all this street used to be like full of party people, party goers. All these pubs here were like squeezed with people, packed. The good times, really the good times. I like that at least they're taking the opportunity to do some renovation for the buildings. Yeah, if they're all closed, might as well take the chance to renovate. And I believe this is Trinity Market. I don't know if I'm allowed to film inside. We'll leave that for another time. There you go, the Brain Jar. One of our favorite places here. They got like good food and local crafted beer. Made in Hull beer. Really good. Some of them are really good. And I believe this is Whitefriar Gate pedestrian street. It's like a shopping pedestrian street. Not much going on here, to be honest, because you know Hull has seen better days before. Plus all the commercial activity like moved towards the train station now, because that's where all like the major brand shops are now. So let's see what we can get there. In the meantime, let's see what else we can see from Hull Old Town. I believe this is one of the agencies recruiting East Europeans. So there's always some shady characters hanging around at this building. There we go, the wind again. It's been quite windy in the last couple of months, unfortunately, and rainy. So that was one of the reasons I could not go out to film or shoot anything. Plus, with everything closed and the weather being rainy and cloudy all the time, you know, doesn't really get you in the mood to get out of the house or do anything. But hey, it's going better now. And I believe this is the council building. See? That thing is huge. So, right there, that's the Wilson Center, where me and my wife actually got married there. Signed the papers, just like the civilian union papers thing. And looks like it's quite deserted here, with everybody being on furlough or working from home. As you can imagine, not much happening. There's been really reduced activity lately. There we go, that's a nice place, nice pathway. Yeah, I'm gonna go check it out. So it's called the Pathway. Very inspired name, yeah. I've actually never been on this street. Looks like I didn't miss much. I know there was a nice pub here somewhere, hidden between. There's actually people living here. Looks like no pubs, just a couple of houses. Yeah. So this must have been some really dodgy alleys back in the time when there was no electric lighting or anything like that. Just, you know, fingermen waiting to jump you on the alley. There you go. So here was, and it still is, just it's closed now, the pub called The Old White Harty. It's really a nice pub here, and yeah, I cannot show you because it's closed now, obviously, but it's got like one of the nicest like indoor gangway terraces, and supposedly that's where some folks plotted to start the civil war here in UK. I believe it might have something to do with granting slaves liberties. I might be confused, don't take my word for it. definitely something happened there with that pub. They got like a skull and everything. So what else we got? Oh yeah, here we go. Just cross the street here, show you this very nice, beautiful church. There you go. Just make sure I don't get run over. So still some nice buildings here, yeah? So too bad, the tower from city council that's under renovation now as well. That was a nice building. And it's gonna be even more nicer when they finish renovating it, I'm sure. So the one that I showed you before, that was called Minster, and I think this is called Saint Mary the Virgin Lowgate, the Church of Saint Mary. There you go. So it's not the same as Minster. I'm not sure it's the same group or anything like that. It's a nice church, yeah. Alright, so what else we got here? There we go, a nice, beautiful, narrow street. Yeah, looks like this building has seen better days before. So these small streets, they're like really nice. They look nice, but they're not really favored by businesses, because you know they want like intense pedestrian foot traffic and parking. Plus, you know, even when you're driving, it's really a pain to get like in between the sidewalks. So you might touch your wheels. So you either have to be one wheel on the sidewalk and one wheel on the cobblestone. So it's not a very pleasant experience to drive on this street, I can tell you that. Well, it looks good, yeah. They did a good job in the renovation. Looks like there used to be a lot of important people living here back in the day. See, the avenue. I think there still are people living here. And a couple of offices as well. Because this goes at the end there, that's High Street. And High Street used to be like where all the rich merchants used to live in Hull. I believe, yeah, I've shown you this bit before. That's a nice car. So there you go, back to High Street, which I showed you in the previous episode when I went to check out my friend's studio in the converted warehouse, which was just at the end of the street there. Interesting place. So over here we got another one of my favorite pubs here, which is called Ye Old Black Boy. Which is of course also closed, unfortunately. But this too has like a nice back space there and really good beer. Definitely good beer in these places. This was also a nice place here called the Lion and the Key. And over there I've shown you already the new pedestrian bridge. It's going to East Hull. So okay, where do we go now? So I am supposed to meet my wife somewhere. I think we discussed the cathedral. So let's go back to that area. Yeah, unfortunately what I have shown you is not the whole area of Hull Old Town, but it's like the highlights, the good bits of it, the parts that survived and are still nice. So yeah, it's not a big historical center, but it's nice. They did a good job preserving it. And yeah, as you can see, there are lots of new builds as well. And I believe this used to be a multi-level story parking, which is now being converted into like luxury flats. Yeah, that's a nice, very narrow building there. Oh yeah, at least they're putting in the effort. That's always something to appreciate. I wish they did stuff like that in my town, in Costanza, because the old town, I think, is probably the same size as this peninsula, but it's only like one street renovated, which I'll show you now pictures. Oh, lots of untapped potential there. And there you go, another beautiful view of Hull, Minster. From this side, and you can see the old corn exchange building, which is now like special kind of pub with which they make their own beer at brewing company. It's actually pretty decent beer. Yeah, they sell pretty decent beer there. A little bit expensive, a little more than expensive actually. It's one of the more posh places where posh people go. Come on. There. So yeah, these are the converted flats I told you about. There you go. And we're back at the Hull Minster, near the corn exchange. Actually quite a nice place, yeah. And I believe this is the tower from the Trinity market. As you can see, yeah, this Trinity market, Hull Trinity Church is big. It is very, very big. Yeah, so there you go. I hope you enjoyed my little tour of the Hull Old Town area. And I'll promise I'll show you even more next month when all the beer gardens open and non-essential shops and people will be traveling more. So until then, I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you did, please click like on it. It really helps a lot. And of course, subscribe to my channel. That always helps a lot as well. And I'll see you next time. Cheers then.